It's a place where anybody can come from the nation and reflect on what the sacrifices of freedom were. I know that the real purpose here is about the people that have made those sacrifices, but I think there'll be a greater reflectiveness of the community as they come in and are able to see firsthand what these types of machines look like and how they worked in war and how the people that used them at the time, the military men and women that made those sacrifices. And I think that story hasn't been told enough in America, and the sacrifices that have been made haven't meshed into the community the way they should, and this does that.
The current generation and the coming generations really have no concept of that. I think the unity and the sort of singleness of purpose and spirit that World War II so engendered in our country has been to a great degree lost, or certainly diluted by the sort of the modern technology and education today.
I think here, hands-on, the whole idea behind this place intrigues me because it's designed to be that personalization.
It can also be a healing factor for the post-traumatic stress. We had one gentleman who was a World War II veteran that had walked up to a Sherman tank and put his hands on it and had tears in his eyes. It just brought everything back to him. And he started recounting his experiences, which he had never recounted before.
This is real. It's the real stuff. It's going to be an experience where you'll get to see the real, what it looked like, what that experience was like. So I think it will translate that to a generation that's going to miss it. And I think it's important that this generation get a sense of the sacrifice.
It was very difficult getting him to talk about what happened. We knew, of course, that he'd been at war. He had a photo album. He didn't really talk about what happened in war, and when I would try to ask him questions, he would go quiet, and I knew I had touched something that was very deep.
He had to kill folks, the enemy, to be able to come home to his family, and he internalized it like a lot of other people.
Because my dad was very proud and very private and very humble, and consequently when he passed was the first time that I really truly believed that my dad really got notoriety for all of the wonderful contributions he made, because he was a very private person, he was a very humble man, and he felt that participating in World War II and being a serviceman was part of his duty and contribution to keep America free.
I think one of the biggest lessons that we're losing is, in the current war, the Army is at war and America's at the mall. So we have a big divide, a split between who is standing up for us and who is enjoying the fruits of that fight and that sacrifice. And it's not just the soldiers, it's also their families as well.
And so I'm really hopeful that this will be an immensely important education tool in not just preserving the history, but also giving some guidance to future generations as to really how they need to behave and what's important about America, and really what differentiates America from so many other countries.
If we all understand what needs to be done, if we understand the commitment and the sacrifice, if we all are inspired to support our country in the ways that we can, then we'll all be stronger. And not only will we be prepared to face these challenges when they come before us, but we may even be able to prevent them, because our potential adversaries may know that we are strong and we are prepared to defend ourselves and our country and our freedom.